Hey, it's your SMC editor FreakX here, back once again talking gaming. We love everything gaming and cosplay. Can you blame us? Anyways, if you do like what we're doing here on the channel, please do think about leaving a like and a subscribe. It would mean a lot to us. As a reward, we're still doing a small giveaway. You can find more details on that at the end of the video, and so stay tuned for that. Let's get to it. Today's video, we're talking about a post that the head of Xbox, Phil Spencer, made last week on Twitter. We are a little late on this one, but we just wanted to add our own 2 cents into the ring on the topic. So let's get right down to it. Here's the quote for anyone who isn't aware of it as this recording. Great update today with Gallagher and Booty at the team of the initiative. Incredible talented studio challenging themselves to do new things, in brackets, and old things in new ways. Of course, a lot of people around the community are intrigued by the last part of the tweet relating to the old things in brackets and are leaning towards that this is possibly a nod to the initiative is working on a new Perfect Dark game. For those of you who aren't familiar with Perfect Dark, here's a quick history. The first game was released on May 22nd, 2000 for Nintendo 64. The game was made by Rare and was seen as sort of a spiritual successor to their wildly successful GoldenEye game. Now, GoldenEye and Perfect Dark were both first-person shooters. GoldenEye was raved as one of the best first-person shooters ever. One of the first ones that really made it mainstream. I personally didn't really play it a lot. It was out for Nintendo 64, and at the time I had a PlayStation. So I only got to play Nintendo 64 when I was at a friend's house. So anyway, I mean, they weren't my favorite games. They were okay. Of course, the second game came out November 22nd, 2005. It was a Xbox 360 launch title. Of course, at that time, Microsoft now owned Rare, and so they owned everything that came with it, which included Perfect Dark Zero. I was not a fan of this game for 2 reasons. One being the controls. There was no jump. The game was supposed to be a modern action game released on a brand new console generation, and you couldn't jump. That didn't make any sense. It killed the experience for me, and I had a horrible time playing it. I'm not even sure I even finished the game. The second thing for me was the achievements. On a system like the 360 that launched with these revolutionary achievements, whoever created them, they did a horrible job. A fair number of the achievements required you to get at least 10,000 plus kills. Gone are those days where people just buy one game and they just stick with it forever until like years later they get a new game. People bounce around. Devs have to need to understand you can't put achievements in the game that require 10, 20,000 kills. That really sucked. Don't even remember if I finished the game, but I do remember I would play often against bots to try to increase my kill score to get those achievements, but I don't think I ever got them. So while no one really knows for sure, early buzz on the street is that the initiative's new game might be Perfect Dark related. There's a divide in how people feel about this. Some people want a brand new IP that Microsoft can hang their hats on, while others are fine to see the Perfect Dark revival. How do you feel? Think about it for a few minutes, and when the video is over, make sure to leave a comment below. My personal opinion is I'm fine with Perfect Dark Revival as long as they do a couple of things. They can't just rehash Perfect Dark 64 or even Perfect Dark Zero. Like, I don't want just an HD update. I want to be able to jump. That's one of the main things. I want to be able to jump. Since I'm not really invested in either of the old games, the only way to bring me around would be to totally knock my socks off. I think they could accomplish this if they basically changed Perfect Dark from a first-person shooter into a third-person action game similar to PlayStation's Uncharted series. I think if they did this, they could really turn it into something special. Lots of set pieces, lots of action, wrap it with a really good story, people would love it. Now, personally, I really didn't like Uncharted all that much, and I only really ended up playing the first 2. I found you were always running out of bullets, which ruined the game for me. That being said, they seem to get things right by the time they got to the 4th game because everyone loves that game. So I'm going to assume they figured it out, and people love it for a good reason. It's one of the most favorite games of the last generation. One of the reasons it was so great is that they have an amazing developer working on it in the form of Naughty Dog. Now, it appears let's have our fingers crossed. It might be Xbox's turn. Hopefully, they can catch lightning in a bottle with their handcrafted team of developers at the initiative. One will have to wait and see, but I think they have something special over there. Now, of course, you have people saying right away, well, if you're gonna convert it to Uncharted, why wouldn't you just start fresh with a new IP? The simplest reason here is just business 101. Why develop a brand new IP right out of the gate of a new generation that seriously could have potential, not immediately catch on, and not resonate with fans? This could hurt the Xbox if handled incorrectly. So instead, they turn it around for the better. Right out of the gate, take an IP that, although you've completely reworked, people have heard of it before. They have maybe played it because it's from a few generations ago. They know it exists, and your new game is loosely based on it. So it already has sort of like a lore associated with it. It sort of protects it from the harsh new reality and allows it to go into the wild with a bit better chance of succeeding. I personally have no problem with that. And from a business standpoint, I can see why they would do that. If they can manage to replicate something like Uncharted and at the same time go beyond Uncharted, this could be a major hit for Xbox. So if it is indeed Perfect Dark being worked on, I'm very interested to see how it turns out. If they can successfully convert it over an action-packed third-party adventure game, I'm all in, and I think a lot of other people will be as well. How about you? Were you a fan of the original Perfect Dark games? Did you like how Rare used to handle them? Did you think it was weird there was no jump? Would you rather the initiative tackle a new IP? Do you think Microsoft can pull off handling quadruple A games? Let us know in the comments and below. And once again, thanks for dropping by and listening. Have a good one. Bye. Hey guys, so we mentioned at the beginning of the video that we're going to do a giveaway. So what we decided to do is, so at 250 subscribers and 500 subscribers, we're going to give away copies of our 2020 cosplay calendar. So basically everyone that subscribes and leaves us a comment on any of our videos is entered, and once we hit those numbers, we will make sure we get those drawn and out to some of our subscribers. Anyways, good luck and enjoy and subscribe for your chance to win. Thanks.